Okay, so this is my unboxing of Necromunda, provided, as you can see, by the lovely people at Chaos Cards. I'd love to say I've got this for Christmas and I'm just getting around to it. It's not the case. I've had it sat around since release day. I just haven't had a chance to actually get this video done. So, without further ado, let's get this unboxed, shall we? Okay, so I ordered both Necromunda, as you can see, and the Gang War supplement, which contains various extra rules for the game. I've read some reviews. Haven't formed an opinion yet. Looks pretty cool, but we shall see. So, obviously, I cut my teeth on the original Necromunda back in the 1990s. Now, this is a very different game, from what I understand, but we shall see. So, first impressions, the box is reassuringly heavy, which is not surprising, considering there is a absolute butt ton of stuff in it. So, as you can see, you've got various bits in there. So you've got pictures of the gangs, and you've got some idea of what's in the actual box itself. So, using my trusty knife that is not at all borrowed from the kitchen, let's get this open. And that is possibly the neatest opening of any game I've ever done. So, get that off. Okay. So, let's have a look at this, shall we? Wow. Okay. So, we've got templates, I'm guessing flamer, large pie plate, small pie plate. Very handy. And look at all those lovely bits of plastic. So, let's have a look. What we got here. So these will be the ashes, which are going to be a subject of potentially another series of videos, because my wife is planning on painting these up. So we shall see how they go. More ashes there. The detail on these is amazing. What I will do in a moment in the sidebar, you'll see a little picture of one of the original Necromunda models, hopefully, which were nowhere near as detailed. They came in about 3 or 4 different parts, and you could basically make 3 poses with them. So let's have a look. So you get 2 sprues, them, and there we go. There's some sprues of Goliaths. So that's the gang I'm going to be using. So, I mean, the detail on these models looks incredible. If you, as I say, Games Workshop have really upped their game over the last 10 to 15 years, and I say the detail on the plastic kits is incredible. The amount of different options you get with them, it's absolutely amazing. So, so you've got some plastic bulkheads here. Again, nowhere near as many as you got in the original Necromunda, but like I say, different game, different time frame. So we shall see. Okay. So these are objective markers. So these are going to feature in the game. So not entirely sure how yet, but we will soon find out. So I'm very much looking forward to playing this. We've got a campaign starting at my local game shop, Darkstar Games, which is starting on the 1st of February, which I'm intending to take part in. So we shall make sure that's all done. Oh, what's this then? Oh, look, random rogue piece of plastic that looks like a Goliath breastplate or something. Not sure. Let's see. So, right, okay. So these are. Well, this might be helpful for you, my darling. Got in assembly guides at the Goliaths and the Escher gangers, and for the accessories on my wife's phone. That's annoying as all hell, but hey ho, we'll soon stitch this together. So I have. It was an app notification. So that looks good. But right, now what we've been waiting for, the rule book. So let's get this. Get this open. Let's have a look. And as you can see, as with any game now, you've got the by now obligatory millions of counters. So think Fantasy Flight started that trend, and I think it's one that the workshop are definitely keen on continuing. Oh, this looks interesting. Okay, so we've got in here, you've got a rule book complete with the obligatory new book spell, and on the back you've got 2 separate play sheets, so showing all of the various actions you can do, and kind of like the sequence of the turns and the rune rolls. Again, for those of you familiar with the original game, very similar to the well, what we got was some nice thick card sheets, but yeah. So like I say, still got those in there. Got a rule book here. Obviously not going to go through this in detail, but as you can imagine, it's the usual good, very high quality workshop material. That looked interesting. Chem thrower, stiletto knife, fighting knife, good old knife. Every Necromunda character has one. So yeah, so some really cool artwork in there. Unsurprisingly, Dura the Shade. It's an Underhive tracker, formerly of House Escher. That should be interesting. So, okay, so there are the bases. So we've got 15 25mm bases, 10 32mm bases. Not sure how they affect the mechanics. Obviously you can get more miniatures into base-to-base contact, I suppose, with a larger base. So that might be one reason. If you've got any particularly brutal fighter. And the dice. Again, the workshop are moving away, again, perhaps unsurprisingly, from just using D6s. You've still D6s, but they've all got specialist symbols on now. But you could use any dice if you wanted to. You just have to decide what number represented the special symbols. And of course, you've got your scatter dice. Okay, what's these? Got a range ruler. Nice plastic range ruler. Again, for those of you who remember the original game, the iconic red plastic slappy stick, which we all knew and loved, and which could cause serious damage if used as a weapon. They hurt like hell. I can speak from many an encounter to that effect. So got at least one of those. Probably got 2 in. I wouldn't be surprised if there's 2 in here, but we'll have a look. No, there's not. There's only one. Stingy gits. But hey ho. Got an empty plastic bag and another empty plastic bag. Not sure why they're empty, but we'll soon see. You got right. So in here, I've got a pack of cards. Now, not a normal pack of playing cards, of course. Let's have a look. See what's in here. So now again, if you've heard much about the game, you will know they've got tactics cards, and rather than the old gang roster, which used to be on a piece of A4 paper, you've got individual cards. We've got a few here. So you've got, wow, actually you get quite a lot quite a large number of blank cards, so you could easily create your own gangers. Now I was a bit wary about these cards because I'd heard that they hadn't put very many in there. But it appears you've got probably at least 20 there, so more than enough to make 2 entire gangs, and you can easily create your own. I imagine quite easily print them off from somewhere if someone hasn't already created them. And then you've got the pre-generated gangers. So you've got Rourke. I'm going to take a guess is a Goliath. Bone Snapper, definitely a Goliath. Nox the Ripper, Grendel, Drago, Splitter, Korg, Alina. Going to take a guess she's an Escher. Curiously enough, don't you know there's a little logo in the corner there. It shows you which house they are. So if you couldn't guess from the names. And now we come to the bit I'm most interested in, actually, having not read much about them at all, the tactics cards. So again, apparently with these, there are some that are generic, and there are some that are going to be specific to each house. So you've got, so here we go, got an Escher tactic. If you can see that. Counter charge. So you can play this when enemy fighter makes a charge action. After they move, before they make their attacks, pick a readied fighter from your gang. Not sure what readied means, but we'll soon find out. They can make a standard move, adding D3 to the distance they can move, as though they were charging towards the enemy fighter who charged. So the counter-charging fighters cannot make any attacks. They can make reaction attacks and grant assist as normal. Right, so that's going to be quite handy because it means you can set up ambushes. That's cool. You've got a Goliath one, unstoppable Behemoth. So you won't see your fighters for the injury was made. So basically you play it and you can stop any of your fighters being injured. Now again, for those of you who remember the original game, the serious injury chart, good lord, I remember the first campaign game I ever played in, one of my fighters rolled multiple injuries on there and ended up pretty much crippled. So now, before I start looking at the other tactics, obviously these, as you can see, the inside of this box is a board space. They've set this up for one of the missions by the looks of it. So I'll be interested to see how that pans out. But so got the entrance ways marked on there. So Dock 204. Interested to see how that pans out. Oh dearie me, I'm rather looking forward to playing this game. I haven't played any kind of like tabletop in quite some time, so interested to see how it pans out. So yes, as I said, right, I think I know what those plastic bags are for. They're for the tokens. So you've got, as I say, you've got the obligatory millions of tokens. So you've got one board of tokens, by the looks of it.
Need more arcane power.
So giving you various options there. And then you've got a load more of multi-sided, or two-sided I should say, board segments. So quite a few different options here. I imagine this is going to end up playing very much like Space Crusade used to. Like I say, they had this kind of setup, although without the double-sided. So I imagine you can have quite a lot of fun with this. Now, of course, Gang War includes rules for playing this game without these and using three-dimensional scenery. Now, I actually am still in possession of 2 full sets of original Necromunda scenery, plus some additional bits and bobs from what was called the Outlanders. I think it was Outlanders expansion pack. So I think we might be doing quite well out of that. So yeah, so that's Necromunda. That's what's in the box. First impressions, I'm impressed. Like I say, I was a bit skeptical when I first heard about how they were doing this and how they were going to be using, how they were going to be doing the various different options. So I was a bit skeptical about it. Kind of like the first couple of demos I saw looked very much like, as I say, Space Crusade or Space Hulk or Warhammer Quest even. But I must admit, I've done some research since, and I've done some reading, and I'm saying my impressions of opening this box today. As I say, I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really looking forward to getting into this. Again, it was the game that got me into to workshop stuff, got me into this. I played this for about a year before I started playing Warhammer 40k and Warhammer, and then it was a slippery slope to shoveling little bits of plastic crack around the table, and basically sinking all of my money into it. And I've reassured my wife that will not be happening again, but we shall see. But she's as interested in this as me. Like I say, we spent about 60, 70 quid on paints the other day, and materials to start building the models. So that's going to be my next video. Once I get this edited and up, we're going to get that done. So that is it. And by the way, if you can hear anything going on in the background, that's my wife playing Diablo 3, one of her other little hobbies, which she thoroughly enjoys. She's currently annihilating her opposition on there, but well, like I say, with her winged whatever that is, but she is incredibly good at it. She's incredibly good at it. But like I say, And that's that. So that's me. That's Necromunda. I'm looking forward to making more videos for you. And say chronicling me building my gang, painting my gang, my wife doing the same. And I'm looking forward to our first battles. So I will no doubt be talking to you again all soon. Thank you very much. I've been the Redstone Rebel. If you've enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe. If you haven't enjoyed it, hit like and subscribe anyway. Leave me a comment. I'll try and make the next one better. Next up is going to be a video on making a Goliath gang, and I look forward to seeing you all soon.